Live from WFSB, Connecticut's #1 local news, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at 7. Connecticut's Back to School Authority is sponsored by Yale New Haven Children's Hospital, one of the best in the nation.
Good morning, I'm Eric Parker. At 7 o'clock, we are your Back to School Authority, and this morning we are in Middletown, where students are starting the school year. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Caitlin Nuclo has the latest now from Middletown High School with all the info parents need to know.
Before students even get on the bus, parents are expected to screen their kids for COVID symptoms, including checking their temperature and making sure they don't have a cough or shortness of breath. Once they get to school, they have to wear a mask, but there will be breaks throughout the day where they can take them off. At their desk, there will be a plexiglass barrier. And also new this year, students won't have access to their lockers or the water fountains, but there are some stations where they can fill up their own bottles. Middletown is operating under a hybrid model. So students are split into two groups and will come to school for a few days and learn online for the other days. Parents could also choose a full distance learning option.
We have some of the best safety parameters in place. On top of masks, we're going to have desk shields. Every single teacher is going to receive this to be able to support them, with that as well. So I think that we're taking the necessary steps to be creative to ensure that health and safety is the priority.
Caitlin Nuclo, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
As the school year gets underway across our state, plans to contain the coronavirus are being put to the test. There's been some hiccups. A Glastonbury teacher at Hebron Avenue Elementary School tested positive for COVID-19. The district did contact tracing, and a total of 4 staff members went into quarantine because of it. School officials say none of those employees had contact with any students, and families were notified. Parents we spoke to say they are confident the school will keep their kids safe. And in Cheshire, staff will be working remotely for professional development after 2 separate health issues. The superintendent says an elementary school teacher tested positive and an administrator is waiting on test results after developing COVID-19 symptoms. Both had been in close contact with other staff members. Right now, students are still set to return for orientation on September 8th. We have some developing news we're following out of Ansonia. A sad story. Later on this morning, a 22-year-old man accused of killing the mother of his child will appear in court. As the victim's family members work through their grief, they're also warning others about domestic violence. Channel 3's Roger Suzanne has the latest on this story.
As the people who loved Rosalie Aquafrida mourn her death, they hope she is finally at peace. Family members say Rosalie had been in a volatile on-again, off-again relationship with the man she had a young child with, Andre Lafrancois. Police say Lafrancois murdered Rosalie on Sunday.
My daughter had a toxic relationship with this gentleman ever since she was 14. She was in fear for this man, and it's sad to say that because that was the child's father.
Rosalie's father, Joseph, believes justice will be served. Investigators arrested Lafrancois yesterday afternoon. He's charged with murder and a risk of injury to a minor after police say he repeatedly stabbed Rosalie. Her body was found in a yard near Coe Lane. She was just 20 years old.
This could have been avoided. I tried my hardest. I was there all the time. She was so scared of this man.
Roger Suzanne, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm meteorologist Melissa Cole with a look at your forecast for today. We did have some rain yesterday and overnight, amounting to anywhere from a ½ inch to up to 3/4 of an inch. But the showers are moving on out. So it's been a muggy, showery start, but things are already improving outside, and we'll see partly sunny skies throughout the afternoon. Sunshine and less humid for your Friday, and a gorgeous weekend is shaping on up. Here's a live look from our early morning pinpoint Doppler. And though we did have a lot of activity earlier on, things are fairly dry outside right now across the New England area. Here's our iCam in New Haven. We still have plenty of clouds around. The temperature is 73 degrees, but the winds have shifted to a more northerly direction, and that's helping to bring in some drier air. So it's going to be hot today, but you will notice the humidity dropping as the day progresses. Here's our iCam in Old Saybrook. Very low visibility along the 95 corridor through Old Saybrook, Old Lyme, heading over towards New London and Groton. We have a dense fog advisory that goes out until 9 a.m. Here are the dew points. These measure the amount of moisture in the air and just how comfortable it feels. When they're in their 70s, it feels sticky and tropical. When they drop from the 60s, especially into the 50s, it feels nice and dry. We're actually in the transition right now with a front moving on through. So Litchfield County, you guys feel great right now. Meanwhile, New London County, you're feeling pretty sticky and uncomfortable. But everybody will enjoy a break from the humidity as the day progresses. You can see the heavy showers and even rumbles of thunder that we had moving through northern Connecticut during the overnight hours. Those have moved on out up into Massachusetts and have also dried up. And there's a couple showers over Long Island, but that's about it. So there's clearing off to the west, and we expect to see partly sunny skies throughout the course of the day today. By noontime, maybe a sprinkle in eastern Connecticut, but a lot of us again staying dry. Partly sunny at 6. A band of showers and thunderstorms will try to get organized overnight tonight, and they may come close to Connecticut, but it looks like the threat for any strong or severe weather will be to the south of us. And then by tomorrow, we're looking great. Plenty of sunshine, highs in the low to mid 80s. So again, here's a look at the severe threat for today and tonight. This is from the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma. And it looks like the best chance of any strong or severe thunderstorms will be in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and through Delaware and Maryland. So for us, we're looking okay tonight. Highs for today in the 80s, low 80s in the Litchfield Hills, mid to upper 80s in inland Connecticut, 80 to 85 along the shoreline. 60s overnight tonight. Mostly cloudy skies with a chance of a shower or passing thunderstorm. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine, 80s, mid 80s along the shoreline and in inland Connecticut. Upper 70s for Saturday, low 80s on Sunday. Both Saturday and Sunday will have a very nice feel to the air. Monday, we will increase the clouds a bit with the chance of a late day shower or thunderstorm. Otherwise, a dry day, 85 degrees inland, 82 at the shore. And on Tuesday and Wednesday, we have a better chance to see a few scattered showers.
Melissa, thank you. We turn now to the latest coronavirus numbers in Connecticut, and they show that more than 11,000 people were tested in the past day. 102 people tested positive. That's a positivity rate of 0.88%. Hospitalizations went up by 9 patients, and there was 1 COVID-related death to report. Bradley International Airport says major airline routes could be in jeopardy because of the virus. Passenger traffic is down more than 80%. Revenue is $10 million below budget. Airport Executive Director Kevin Dillon says they're concerned airlines will scale back even more because of the travel advisory.
We'd like to think that if we can test passengers when they deplane, and if people can present a negative COVID test, they should be able to avoid the quarantine.
Dillon says he has proposed that idea to the state already, but there's been no traction. Right now, Southwest is only flying to Baltimore and Chicago, and there's concern JetBlue will pull service completely because they only fly to Florida and Puerto Rico right now, 2 places that are both on that advisory list. Meantime, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the federal government's top infectious disease expert, says how Americans behave this Labor Day weekend may determine how the virus spreads this fall and winter. He's urging people to act responsibly to avoid the kind of surges we saw after Memorial Day and the 4th of July. Fauci says he has a, quote, great deal of faith in the American people, unquote, to continue to wear masks, wash their hands, practice social distancing, avoid crowds, and get together outside instead of indoors during weekend celebrations. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are asking states to begin preparations to distribute potential coronavirus vaccines as soon as late October. The CDC says healthcare and essential workers, long-term care facility residents, and those who work in national security should be given the vaccine first. Now, this doesn't mean the CDC thinks a vaccine will be approved in less than 2 months, but the CDC director says he thinks it will happen by the end of the year. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Eyewitness News on this Thursday morning. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime you want them. Just turn to the Channel 3 app.